What is going on, guys? It is Michael from Nerd Hype. I am actually back, and I am not playing Dota. I am not playing Diablo. I'm not playing Gary's mod. I am playing Battlefield 4 on Operation Locker on Conquest. I decided I was gonna do something a little bit different, even though everything pretty much is different. I say that in every single freaking video that I'm doing things different, but I decided I wanted to play some Battlefield because I don't play much on the computer, and I want to start playing it a little bit more. I hope everybody's doing fine. Anybody that lives in the South Carolina region, I hope your house didn't get too messed up, or I hope you didn't lose really anything. Because if you don't know, we had really big major storms. It was a I think it was a cold front that was coming in mixed with the storms from Hurricane Joaquin, I think that's what it's called, and it pretty much created the perfect storm. We got a lot of rain. School was canceled for about a week, but school's back, our water's fine. Just want to make sure everybody else is fine. I think we pretty much, where I live, got the least of it, which I'm very grateful of. I'm very, very happy that happened. But anyway, off that subject, let's get back onto some Battlefield 4. If you don't know what Battlefield 4 is, it is made by DICE and published by EA, and it is probably one of the better first-person shooters out there. DICE is making the Battlefront right now. I was going to play the Battlefront beta, but didn't get enough time to do that, and a lot of the huge surge of people. I'm glad the game ended as soon as I got in it, but the huge surge of people uploading that video, I didn't think it'd be good to be one of those guys. So we're doing something different, and I like to say this. Shout out to my friend Malik. He's got his own YouTube channel. I post that in the link in the description. He's got a good bit of fans, and I know he's working his butt off trying to get those fans, and now that he has them, he's grateful for them. So just wanted to make a shout out to you, Malik. Hope you like it. Anybody else that, anybody else of my close friends that have a YouTube channel that I don't know about, just tell me. I'll make sure to look at it. I'll make sure to do some shout outs for you, because the little bit of viewers I have, I know they might, if they like my content, they might like your content. So just thought I'd say that. Lately I've been playing, hope this is not a reset server. Oh no, I just don't have anything. Okay. I've been spending a lot of my time playing Shadow of Mordor. I've been replaying it, and it's fun. If you don't know, Shadow of Mordor was... I can't remember when it came out. Oh, that's gonna bug me now. It is a good game. It was... Back when I did not have a next-gen console, I was gonna get it on the Xbox 360. I think it was... it came out on October 11th of... I wouldn't say last year. I think the year before. Yeah. No, because... Dang it. I think it was last year. I am not quite sure. Now I just don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it was a game, and it was Monolith that created it, I believe. And the one thing about that game that I loved was the system. I don't know what it's called. Nemesis system, I believe. Where if you get killed in the game, the dude who kills you ranks up through the... ranks up, and you can actually get him to like a war chief, and you can actually try to rematch that guy, and he will remember you from last time. There's a cool little system. I think it got rated... Oh my god. Oh, how did I get hit? I think it got rated #1 features of next gen, which is great because that's an awesome feature. I'm gonna let all this gunfire stop before I go through this corner. And it was one of my favorite things. But the game was incredibly short. I know it's 7 hours. I've completed half of the main story. I think it's like 7 or 8 hours. I've completed half of the main story, which isn't usually what I want to see from the game. I've also been playing a whole bunch of Batman Arkham Knight. I am trying to 100% it. I think I'm at like 96%. The majority of the stuff I have are challenges and a whole bunch of Riddler trophies. I've got 200 Riddler trophies left, and that game is difficult to 100%, but I'm going to do it because I've already spent a whole bunch of time, and why not? Another game that I've been playing that I think you guys should play, if you already have not, you guys should play Age of Mythology. That game is great. That game is old, but you know what? That game is great. It's an RTS made by the same people who made the Age of Empires, and it's set in the ancient Greece. And it's not like Age of Empires where it's all pretty much like, oh, swords and horses and archers and everything. It's very, very Greek mythology based, hence Age of Mythology. You've got heroes like Hercules, you've got heroes, I don't know, Arcantus is made up here, Odysseus, Chiron, there's Cyclops in it, there are centaurs, it is a fun game. I forgot this was a hardcore server. It is a fun RTS, probably one of my favorite RTSs. Like, Halo Wars is up there as one of my favorite RTSs, but this game probably beats that. Halo Wars 2 is coming up soon, by the way, which I'm very excited. Games that are coming out soon. What's today? Today is October 14th. I know next month we've got Fallout 4 coming out. Then I think a week later Battlefront comes out, which I'm extremely excited for. I like both those games. Now that I brought up the subject of Battlefront, I now get to do my rant that I do to everybody. Battlefront is one of those games that it can't live up to the previous game's hype. Imagine Nintendo, great company, made Legend of Zelda. Imagine they stopped making Legend of Zelda games. Oh, that was a voice crack. It's the thought of them stop making Legend of Zelda games will put me through puberty. The thought of that is frightening, I know. But imagine they stopped making Legend of Zelda games, and another company a couple years later picked it up and started making Legend of Zelda games. But they were doing things a little bit different. It was no longer going to be that RPG style. The game's going to come under a lot of flack because it is related to those titles. That's what's happening with Battlefront right now. Battlefront 2 was a great game, probably one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite Star Wars games, and it's up there as one of my favorite games in general. But it's causing a lot of issues for Battlefront. Battlefront's made by DICE, the same people who make this game, and if you can tell, this game is heavily first-person shooter focused, and Battlefront is gonna kind of be like that. You can go into third person. There's actually no penalty in going third person, so it's preferred that you go into third person because you get a wider range of view. You can see over things. It's good to go into first person, but there's a lot of issues because there's not going to be any space battles. There's going to be air battles on land, but there's not going to be any space battles, which a lot of people like that in the Battlefront 2. I never, oh my god, those iron sights are ridiculous. I myself never actually got that into them. I played a lot on the PS2, and then my PS2 broke, so then I started playing a whole bunch on my PS Vita, and I just never was into the space battles. One thing I was into, though, that I'm upset that it's not going to be in this game, but it's not going to sway my thoughts of buying it, Galactic Conquest was one of my favorite things to do, and you can't do that in Battlefront. And those are a lot of the reasons people don't think it's going to do that good, this new Battlefront. But it's not Battlefront 3. It's not made by the same people. It's just Star Wars Battlefront. It's made by DICE, which has a history of making first-person shooters, and nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with that, because these games are great. Battlefield Hardline's a different subject, but these games are awesome. And it's just this idea of, oh, this game's not going to be good because its predecessor was awesome and it's not going to have some of the things that its predecessor had. It's ridiculous. It's made by a different company, guys. It's not going to be exactly what it was a couple of years ago, and I'm sorry to say that. I wanted it to be that same thing, but it's not going to be. Just wait until the release happens. Wait until the release happens and all these game modes, because another issue people were having Another issue people were having were the fact that there were rarely any vehicles, and the only 2 game modes we got to play in the beta were the I can't remember the first one because I didn't play much of it. I played more of the Walker Sold. And if you didn't play on the Imperial side, you didn't have any vehicles. And I was constantly stressing to people, that's a spawn. I was constantly stressing to people, just wait until the Conquest game mode comes out on the full version. It's gonna be more like Battlefront. There's going to be more vehicles. There's one thing I don't like. It's just the fact that the vehicles are random drops. I don't have a huge issue with that, but it's one of the things I'd rather them do differently. And the heroes are always, it's just random. You can just find the hero everywhere. It's not rewarded to the person that does the best, which is kind of lame because it's promoting no rewards for doing good except maybe XP, which is ridiculous. I just got killed. Games like Destiny, where somebody on your team could do horrible and still get the legendaries on the Crucible, or Dota, where it's the random drop system, where usually it's the worst person on your team that gets a drop. I don't like that style of rewarding people. I think if you're the best on your team, or if you're actually doing the objective, you should be able to get the hero drop, but they don't let you do that. But again, this isn't a huge issue for me. I think this game's going to be great. If you like first-person shooters or you like Star Wars, then get the game, because it's going to be awesome. Another game that's coming out is, it's next year, I think. Yeah, next year. The Division. Now, The Division it's another one of those games where it's getting hyped up a lot, and there's nothing happening in this at all. It's getting hyped up a lot, but what's going to happen is it's going to come out and it's not going to live up to the hype. I can already see it's being made by Ubisoft, and there's a lot of Ubisoft games do that. Watch Dogs, prime example, was one of them. When the thing with Watch Dogs is, in the trailer they showed these great graphics, and when it was released the graphics weren't like that. Well, if you go into the coding of the game, those graphics are there. That whole section is there, but it's locked off. I don't know why it's locked off, but if you're computer savvy, you can actually go in there and unlock that. And so the game, it might be choppy, it might be buggy, but you can get the graphics they showed in the trailer. But back on the subject of Ubisoft, Ubisoft usually doesn't deliver. The Assassin's Creed games, in my opinion, stopped being good after Brotherhood, with a slight decline for Revelations, and then I just didn't like the third one. I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for that, because a lot of people do like the third one, but it took you half the game to get the Assassin outfit, and I was kind of tired of hearing that made-up Indian language. I'm sorry, Native American language. It was kind of annoying after a while. I had to meet the game in order to not find myself quitting out of it 24/7. The combat, it started getting a little too easy. Like, they started making the combat too easy with the whole Brotherhood kill streaks thing. Like, if you get a kill, you can just keep going. Now, it was fun killing 40 or 50 guys with that and not taking any damage, but I would rather them push for more of a stealth option. Revelations actually started getting difficult doing that, but after that it started getting easier and easier. And I don't like that. I really wish they would push for more of a stealth approach. And I like that in Ubisoft. Unity, they actually did that. Unity, regardless of whether it was buggy, because yeah, it was buggy, a lot of people had issues with it, but after getting through all those bugs and playing it when it was fixed, the game was actually not half bad. They really pushed for stealth. The combat was difficult. The game itself was very difficult unless you heavily fortified your armor. But there was two different ways of selecting your armor choices. There was you can go super combat mode, or you can do more of a stealth. And I did the stealth because, I mean, I rather I'd rather be stealth rather than just going in there killing everything. So I like that. I liked I would say liked, but I don't like Assassin's Creed 4 for its Assassin's Creed style. I liked it for being a pirate simulator. I say pirate simulator, but a Pirate's Creed. That was why I liked it. I didn't really like it. I didn't really feel it was an Assassin's Creed game, but more of a pirate game. And that's like the aspect I liked was the pirates. But I didn't want it. I didn't want. Ubisoft could have made a pirate game and then made an Assassin's Creed game. I would have rather than do that, rather than make a pirate Assassin's Creed game. I wasn't a big fan of that at all. Sorry I'm doing half bad. Like, my eyes keep on, like, messing up. I keep, like, looking off in different directions. I guess it's because I am heavily into this conversation. Other than that, like, I don't know how this... I'm hearing good things about this new Assassin's Creed. I don't know how I feel about the hand-to-hand combat aspect to it. I mean, yeah, it was fun going through Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, trying to beat everybody to death, but I wouldn't necessarily have done that the entire game. Because, yes, after I beat the Assassin's Creed 2 Assassin's Creed Brotherhood story, I went heavily into my fists and just tried to beat everybody to death. But I don't know how that's gonna... I feel like the game's starting to get more and more combat. And I said that, but Unity was very... they pushed for you to do stealth. The games are getting... It just seems like they're trying to... I don't know the word for it. I really don't. I will say this, though. I would be completely fine with a stealthy, modern-day Assassin's Creed game. Now, I'm going to get a lot of crap for that also, because people are like, no, but I mean, just imagine if it was like Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell games are great. Just imagine if Assassin's Creed game did that. Now, I think the opposite thing should happen for Call of Duty. I know I just segued into another game type, but I would really wish Call of Duty went back to their World War roots. I heavily enjoyed World War Call of Duties. Like, World at War was my favorite Call of Duty, and it will remain my favorite Call of Duty. Not just because it had zombies, just because I love the multiplayer of the game. I mean, I played the crap ton out of it. I love the campaign. I love the fact that you could do the co-op campaign, which is something they stopped doing, and then now they're doing in the new Call of Duty, which I'm very happy about, because I love that. I don't know how Black Ops 3 is going to turn out, guys. I really don't. I know Infinity Ward's kind of gone off the deep end. Last game, Ghost being complete crap, and Modern Warfare 3 not that good before it. So I think that's why Sledgehammer made Advanced Warfare and not Infinity Ward. But Treyarch is great at what they do. They make really good Call of Duty games, because I loved all the Treyarch games so far. A little bit less in Black Ops 1. I love the Black Ops 1 campaign. I played a lot of the multiplayer. The only real zombie map I liked was maybe Keener de Toten and Ascension. I think it was Keener de Toten. Shit. But then they brought, like, the Resurrection, which I would play, but it didn't bring back the PPSH. And I did not like that. I did not like the fact that it did not bring back the PPSH. I was very upset with that. But I really do wish they would make another World at War. I really do, because I love the World War II games. I liked Sniper Elite, even though it was kind of a sniper game. I still liked it. Didn't play the Sniper Elite 3. But I really love those games. I really do. What's another game that's coming out next year? I already talked about Fallout 4, or I mentioned Fallout 4. I don't think I need to talk about Fallout 4, though, because I think we all know what's kind of happening in that game. We all know how all of us are pretty much excited for that game, except maybe if you don't play Fallout games. I'm sorry, guys. Talked about The Division. I talked about Halo Wars 2 coming out, which I'm very excited. Dark Souls 3 is coming out. I like Dark Souls 2. Beat the campaign. I said campaign. Got called it in my mind. I beat the Dark Souls 2 main story. Did not play the DLC, even though I do have the Scholar of the First Edition. I did not play the DLC, which I probably should, but the DLC is hard as immense. what else is coming out, guys? I need some ideas. Oh, they just announced a new Fallout game, of course. They introduced a new Far Cry game. I did not play Far Cry 3, so I can't. Oh wow, I can't tell you how that game's going to be. From what I've heard, Far Cry 4 is good, just not as good as Far Cry 3. And I played Far Cry 3, and it's a great game. Far Cry 3 is probably one of my favorite Far Cry games. I played the second one. It was pretty good also, but I felt like Far Cry 3 was a little bit better. The only thing I didn't like about Far Cry 3 is how it went from like a whiny little bitch to like this badass killing everybody. Oh crap, I'm getting killed by the dude with the slugs, aren't I? But other than that, it was great. I don't know of any other games. Oh, that's upsetting me now. Because like we were just talking about games earlier. Just talking about it. A game people have been urging me to get and I will not get is the Taken King, Destiny the Taken King DLC. I bought Destiny on my Xbox 360 at release. I actually pre-ordered it and played through it and had fun until I got to level 20 and it wasn't so much fun anymore. And then when I sold my Xbox and all of its games and everything in order to get the Xbox One, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna get Destiny for it. Ended up actually getting convinced to get Destiny and spending the $30 to get both DLCs, the Dark Below and the House of Wolves. And the friends that I play with, they had already done everything, so it just kind of seemed like they were just dragging me along, and I didn't have as much fun. I didn't have the experiences that. And then they said that. And then I saw that there was Taken King getting announced, and I was like, oh, if it's $15, yeah, I'll pick it up. It's either like 15 or 20 bucks. I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And then it was 40
My
bucks.
game is broken.
And they said that
Literally the entire.
I mean, people I've heard, they said it's like it's changed the game a good bit, and there's a whole bunch of things to do, but they've already done everything. Like they've already done the raid multiple times. They've already done all the main story missions. They're just trying to get all the exotics now. And I don't want to be in another situation where I get the game and they're pretty much already done with it. So I'm not going to get the Taken King. Another thing that just came out really recently is, The Witcher 3 DLC just came out. Heart of Stone, I believe. The Witcher 3 was, I don't know why I didn't aim down the sight. I'm like not focused on the game at all. It's pretty sad. I should probably record and then do voiceovers. But The Witcher 3, I played the first one, and I didn't really get that much into it. But I got the third one in hopes that it would be better, and it was better. It was a better game, but a situation came where it felt like you needed a whole lot of time to invest in the game. I'm actually just starting to get back into it, but it seemed like you needed a lot of time. And people are going to say that's every single RPG, but that game, in order to do some of the Witcher quests, you have to know their weakness, you have to know where they are. It's a lot. And I don't get to game as much as I would like to. I can game after school, but I'm pretty much working on weekends. So there's that. But I am getting back into it because I want to be able to play the story. I want to be able to do all the side stuff. And I really do want to be able to play the DLC that just came out. I think it's like 15. No, it's like 10 or 15 bucks. I can't remember. A game that I did get, speaking of RPGs, a game that I did get and enjoyed for when I had it, but kind of got rid of it, I just kind of lost interest in it, was Dragon Age Inquisition. That was one of those games where it was very hyped up and it didn't live up to my expectation. Now, some people say they love that game. I did not enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. I felt like the combat was kind of dry. I felt like it was just, after a while it seemed like the story was kind of just blending together. There weren't many real likable characters that I had. Iron Bull was likable. The midget was likable. I don't know what was happening. I did I did romance the Butch chick. Her name's not Butch, but she's like the Darkseer. I did romance her because why not? It was an easy quest. It was probably the easiest one to romance. But after a while, it just kind of felt like the story was just blending together, and I was not a big fan of that. So I got rid of it. I traded that in order to get what game is it? In order to get, I have it right next to me on the Xbox One, Elder Scrolls Online, which was a huge mistake. Elder Scrolls Online, before this game ends really quickly, was one of those games where you needed to grind out really a lot in order to play it, and I didn't like that. So, at the end of that, at the end of this game, I would just like to say thank you guys for watching. I know I rambled on a little bit, and it was a little bit of change. I know I didn't do that well. I mean, I was like 27 and 16 or something like that. I still went positive, but I would have rather done better. But I do want to thank you guys for watching. It was fun. It was fun talking to you guys again. I know this is a long period where I didn't talk to you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't, because I love you subscribers. I love you all to death. I can't tell you how much I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.